Welcome to the Fantasy Football Garage. I'm Chris the Candyman, and you already know what time it is. We're drafting best ball teams. Tonight, we're going to be hitting the best ball Mania 6 streets. 2, 3, 4 drafts. Who knows? Get in here. 20-second pick clocks. We're going to be ripping them. We're feeling it. The vibes are immaculate. We're ready to go. We're rip roaring. We've caught up on all the news, all the updates, all the depth charts, the ADPs. It's all coming together. If you're watching this in the future, if you're new to the channel, make sure you're subscribed. We've got a 500 subscriber goal for the channel before the NFL season starts. I think we can do it. I think we can get there, but I need your help. And I want you to come in here, get in the chat, say what's up, get your fantasy strategy questions answered. We're talking dynasty, we're talking best ball redraft, anything. Bring it on in. We got a lot of sharp drafters in the chat that can help you out. And we're going to be drafting teams all best ball summer long. You know where to find it. Let's kick it to the intro. But overall, it's like the guy can ball. Like actions speak louder than words. What's up? What's up? How we doing tonight, fellas? Nick Bach in the house, winning the flex. Love to see it. We got Anthony, my friend. The circle's the place to be. And if you don't know what Anthony is talking about, you're about to find out. You're about to get educated. We're gonna we're gonna show you what it's all about. In fact, let's get into it now. Wrong media, but also I do like this one. Have you guys seen the trailer for the Happy Gilmore 2? It's coming out, I don't know, Netflix sometime this summer, maybe next year, who knows? Maybe it'll be good, maybe it probably won't, but classic Sandler film. Does this one do it for you? What I want to do is, and before I get into that, we're waiting on four more for a 20-second best ball mania. Come on in. We're going to be ripping drafts tonight. What I want to do with this one is, I figured it out. I want to edit it, this piece of media, to make it transparent around Morpheus's sunglasses, so that instead of seeing Neo in the reflection, my camera would show up there, and maybe you'd see me in the reflection. We'll figure it out. Something like that. Like, sub. The Circle of Trust. Classic. And just like that, the draft has filled. I'm drafting out of looks like the 11 spot. We'll flip it over to the board in just a second. But this is the Circle of Trust. If you subscribe to the channel, you're in the circle. That's where you want to be. A lot of talented, smart, influential people in the circle. They're all subscribed to the channel. Don't be on the outside of the circle. And I haven't mentioned it in quite a few weeks, but if you subscribe to the YouTube channel, you can email me, you can DM me on Twitter, and follow me on Twitter at FFB Garage. But you can send me a message, just any kind of proof that you're a subscriber. If I've seen you in the chat, then I know you are. I'll give you my free rankings for best ball. You can upload the CSV right to Underdog if you want it. I've also got my tiers, my team comparison tool, something that I've shown on stream a few times. It's been a little while, but I keep it up to date. It's looking pretty good. And so I'm happy to share that kind of thing with you if you're subscribed to the channel. Just one of the many perks, besides the fact that you can get into the chat, ask any question you have fantasy related, and there's a lot of sharp people that hang around this channel, and they're happy to answer it for you. And that's what we've got today. So subscribers, possibly you. Let's get to the draft board, see what's cooking up. How we doing tonight, fellas? What's going on? Wednesday night. What are you guys drafting? What do I want here? Boom. Feeling good. I'm feeling the vibes. I'm ready to rip some best ball manias, and we're in here. Tim D, what's up, brother? How you doing? Look at this photograph. Yeah, you know what? Crazy you said that. I was well, when I see Nickelback, I immediately go to that era of alt rock, and I think of Creed. Creed was my favorite pick of that era of alt rock. All right, what do we do here, brothers? We're gonna get. Let me see. We're gonna get a chance here for Christian McCaffrey. I think I pulled the trigger. Either him or Amon-Ra. Nico goes. I mean, I love Amon-Ra. I'm gonna go McCaffrey here. Do something a little bit different. Not that different. I guess McCaffrey's been going in the first round for a few weeks now. What up? But yeah, look at this photograph. Nickelback. Nickelback, you know, they got some bangers. Hate on them all you want. I'm more of a Creed guy, though. I was just in the backyard throwing the ball with the dog. What came on my shuffle on Spotify? Of course. A throwback. Creed. Arms wide open. Classic banger. Okay, so Amon-Ra is still there. I don't know if I can pass up Amon-Ra. You know, I wanted to get a little bit different on this one, but I don't want to get too different. I'm going to go Amon-Ra in the second round. That's a gift I'm not going to pass up on. I want to refresh and look at my exposures. I'm going to filter for just Best Ball Mania in the Best Ball overlay. It's already filtered. Perfect. McCaffrey with Amon-Ra. Don't have it yet. So, like, who have I matched up with McCaffrey? I've got 4 Best Ball Manias with him. I've taken him with Brian Thomas Jr. Interesting. I'm trying to figure out who else I take him with. Maybe I have to scroll down a little bit. Oh, I'm taking him twice with Brian Thomas. Who else would it be? Not Amon-Ra. Not Nico. Not Bowers. Ladd. London. Neighbors. Not Neighbors. CD. I wish I could see. But I don't have. Apparently, I don't have a Christian McCaffrey and Amon-Ra combo. Just taking what falls to us. Let's go back to the board. Garrett Wilson going in the second round. JSN going in the second round. People are feeling. They're feeling it a little bit. We got the wall in here in the 5 spot. What up, brother? Trey McBride goes in the second round. I like the CeeDee Lamb JT combo. That's a really nice start. Really good start there. Really strong. Ayo. What up, Chris B? How you doing tonight, my friend? Hope you're having a great Wednesday night. Appreciate the kind words, man. Always love seeing you in the chat. What are my thoughts on Diggs? Tim, you know, I've had Diggs ranked ahead of ADP for a little while now. So I'm taking Diggs. Let's look at my exposure because that's the real way to know what's going on. And this is just my Best Ball Manias. I've got a bunch of Diggs, right? I've got, what is that? 6 Diggs teams, almost 20% exposure. So I got to pump the brakes a little bit. I probably want to be at 12% Diggs, 10% Diggs. I don't want to be 20% Diggs, guys, but I like, you know, I still like him. Coming off the injury, the age, it's a little bit difficult, but he's always been good for fantasy. We'll see. I think I'm still in on Diggs right now. I don't know. Yeah. We definitely got Jim in the 5 spot. The wall. I definitely am not out on Diggs yet. but who knows? All right, Tyreek Hill's still available. I think I snatch up the value on him. I updated my ranks earlier today. So for me, it's either Hill or Evans with the next pick. There we go. Makes it for me. Hill goes at 34. Nice little slide there for the draft from the 10 spot. He gets a Nico BTJ Hill start. That's a pretty unique start if I had to guess. I'm going to go Mike Evans here. Feels fine. I would have liked Kyron or Hill there in that spot, but snapped. I think Palm Beach player might be on auto draft. That was pretty quick. So Lamar Jackson, Tet. Could this be a Josh Allen team? Yes. It's going to be a Josh Allen team. I don't have a whole lot of Josh Allen. Well, that's not the way to do it. Let me go look at my exposures. It's a better way to do it is to search the Bills, I've noticed. So then 6.5% Josh Allen. Let's get one more Josh Allen team. Why not? No James Cook, no Khalil Shakir. A lot of Keon, relatively. I don't understand how I have no Ray Davis because I moved him up in the rankings. I've been snapping him up in the Schnauzers and the other drafts, but apparently I don't have him here. Need to get some Ray Davis. This could be the team. Kincaid's pretty low. Palmer seems fine. Tack on a Curtis Samuel round 18. Why not? So you can see my ranks. I've got Shakir 15, 16 spots past ADP. I don't think he's that good. Coleman, I'm fading him slightly, but he's risen in the last month, and I just haven't moved him up enough. It's more of a tier thing because there's a lot of quarterbacks that go in that range. So it's not so much that I am out on Keon. I'll take him in the appropriate kind of spot on teams. Like you saw, my exposure is like 9.7% Keon. I have him ranked 10 spots behind ADP, but I've got a bunch of QBs just stacked up in front of him. So from a positional standpoint, from wide receiver, I'm not out on him there. Yeah, I have noticed, Tim, that Diggs has been falling this week, and not a big deal. I think if Diggs is going to go anywhere from pick 70 to 85, that's fair. It's fair game. That's what you get. It's a veteran player coming off an injury, changing teams. There's a lot of uncertainties. Could he easily be the number one target for the New England Patriots? Yes. But do you have to have him to win Best Ball Mania in 2025? Probably not, but I don't think you have to have him. He's not like a have-to-have player. But I think he's maybe a good value. We'll just see. He's definitely falling with the kind of attention he's gotten lately. Some news that he might not be ready week 1. I think that's part of it. Yeah, I appreciate you, Chris. What are you up to? What's going on this week with you, brother? Make sure you guys smash that like button. I appreciate it. And get in here and chat it up. What are you guys drafting these days? I'm ripping some Best Ball Manias. I'm just feeling it. I've already maxed the Pug, the Schnauzer, the Hound. Of course, the Hound is closed. I would have thought the Pug would have closed by now, but it seems like a 3 max takes a little bit more effort to close it out. Maybe some people aren't interested in the $12 entry fee. It's kind of a weird number. There's the Puppy Butt Superflex going strong. Do you guys know what the fill rate is on the Puppy Butt Superflex? If I had to guess, because it's like 225,000 people to enter, it's probably like 15% filled or something, but I'm not sure. Love it. Tim's got the lyrics. Never made it as a wise man. Classic. This is how you remind me who I really am. Whew. Good stuff. That's a banger on the radio right there. Nickelback is underrated. I don't care. I'm not afraid. I think Creed is underrated too. Goes hard. Bindles. Next time I show that graphic, it's just going to be a picture of Bindles doing some pull-ups in the middle of the circle of trust. Bindles is at the very center of the circle of trust. Trust is dynasty rankings, Get into his Discord. Go check it out. Oh, Harvey goes there. Would have liked that. Would have been a nice spot for Harvey. Ken Walker or Alvin Kamara? It's a toss-up. I'm going to go Ken Walker because I've got a little bit more Alvin Kamara exposure. I just want to mix it up. I don't want to take the same guys every time. McCaffrey Walker seems kind of fun. I moved Darnold up in my ranks today a lot. I've got Darnold ranked a lot higher than his ADP right now because it's sounding like his bench risk is essentially 0 to 5%, maybe 10% on in the worst case. So I don't think Darnold gets benched. So I think he's a safe play. Hey, Kamara's still there. Montgomery gets pulled up. Juwan Jennings a little bit before ADP. Is this the Odunze team? No. Not even close. If you're drafting Rome Odunze ahead of Alvin Kamara, you need to take a step back and take a look at your process. I don't think Alvin Kamara has, in his entire career, ever averaged less than twice the amount of fantasy points Rome Odunze has averaged per game. Ever. I don't think Rome Odunze, 7 points a game as his rookie year. Yeah, maybe he takes a step forward. Maybe he doesn't. Kamara, I don't think he's ever averaged less than 14 points. Not even once per game. So, got to do it. I think Amon-Ra and Evans is a fine start. Evans can just hit the touchdowns, be the guy you need. I'm going to definitely have to do some catch up, do some work at receiver, but I like a lot of the receiver picks that are currently going in rounds, the end of round 7, beginning of round 8. And then sometimes you get lucky in round 9. We'll see. I've got some plays in mind. I went with the elite QB, and now I've taken 3 running backs in the first 6 rounds with Christian McCaffrey. Call me crazy. A little bit robust on this one. Yeah, bangers. Creed's got some bangers. One last breath does slap. 6 feet from the edge, and I'm thinking they're meh, but not. I mean, it's all relative because they both smashed radio records. They're both double, triple, quadruple platinum, whatever you want to get to. So like the proof is there. But yeah, I mean, if we're just talking about like greatest of all time, Creed and Nickelback are not really in the conversation, but they're jams. If someone threw on some Nickelback or some Creed, if I gave them the aux back in the day and they put on some Nickelback or some Creed, I might be like, what are you doing? But then as soon as it hits, I'd be like, you know what? This goes hard. Yep. You got me there. So I'm still in. I'm not fading Creed. I'm not fading Nickelback. Yeah. I mean, we all get lost in the sauce. Sometimes you hate, but you can't, it's hard to deny. You know a band that everyone likes that I don't like though, and I'm not afraid to say it? I never liked U2, and it's just not my generation, not my thing. And as soon as they put their album in Apple Music, forcibly downloaded it to your iPhone when I was whatever year that was, they lost me. The sounds or the songs of Innocence with Bono hugging a child's stomach just lost me. The whole concept, I'm out. So I'm not afraid to say that, but my uncle, huge U2 fan. He'll go to see them in concert. He'll fly. He'll travel somewhere just to see him in concert. He'll get a hotel room, but not me. So Diggs is here. I think he makes a lot of sense on this team so far. I really like Mooney though, but I do have Diggs pretty aggressively ranked. What does ADP say? ADP says to go Diggs. It's the ultimate test. Do I take Diggs here? Yep. I'm going to take Diggs. I think he fits this team. Cross my fingers that Mooney's still there. Palm Beach players no longer on auto draft, so he's going to make a selection here. He had 3 wide receivers. He's got London. I bet he takes Mooney here. He goes Pacheco, and now he's going to go Mooney. I'll figure something out. Egbuka could be nice with Evans. Sweet. We made it. Auto click Mooney every time. Past ADP especially. I'm just a big just high on Mooney, high on Penix Jr. Gives me one more out for a later QB. Haven't really cooked up any week 17 correlation yet, but we'll get there. We'll factor that in. Right now, I'm just for the first 8 rounds, getting guys I like, getting good players, trying to score points week in, week out. Total request live. See, Corn and Limp Bizkit can go hard, but it's a totally different vibe. I mean, Limp Bizkit, pretty wild stuff. You know, but and then Corn, yeah, some people are really into Corn. Not two of my favorites, but I do see it. They got a big fan base. Yeah, Total Request Live was pretty fun. Into the pink powder early. Apparently, I took Diggs. What's Diggs ADP right now? 79. Took him at 83. That's not too early. Can't hate me for that. So to answer your question, Tim, I'm not out on Diggs. Apparently, I'm drafting him in a fifth of all of my drafts or more, which seems wild to me. Yeah. Yeah, Mike Evans, a best ball Hall of Famer, an NFL Hall of Famer. He is risen. What up, Tyler? Tyler's busy tonight. He popped in quick. He's going on Best Ball Jeopardy tonight. He's going on Neil Orfield's channel tonight. Busy man. And then, spoiler alert, we're having none other than the emo cowboy on Ballsy this coming Monday. So get pumped, get ready, turn on notifications. It's going to be on Bindle's channel this time. Link in the description. Make sure you subscribe to Bindle's channel too. I know you already are. Yeah. You got to take the clip, guy. I missed that one. I don't know what that means. What up, Pud Daddy? Creed and Nickelback are great, but no one beats the 70s. Yeah, no, I'm totally in. I'm a classic rock guy. You know, the Stones, the Doors, Led Zeppelin, all about it. I like some of the newer rock bands too. You know, newer some of the stuff. Chili Peppers, Audio Slave, to name a few. I like Jack White a good amount, but no doubt Eric Clapton, the whole spectrum. What are we gonna get into here? Keon must have gone. No, it's my rankings messing it up. I really hope he's there. Probably nothing I can do with Caleb. Mark Andrews is fun. Son of a bitch. Every time. Every time. I'm going to go Mark Andrews. Mark Andrews. Jared Goff. That's the play. Shaheed's good too. I like Shaheed. I feel good with my 4. I feel good with these 3. Let me go ahead and lock up a QB with my number 1 receiver. Missed out on Keon Coleman by 1 pick. Hate to see it. Not surprised though. I'll do something later on. I've got some ideas. Yeah, I'm not worried about Milrow. Apparently, Drew Lock's the real competitor, right? It's Drew Lock who's there still, so not worried about Milrow. James Young, we're doing great, brother. Feeling good, better than ever. Ripping some drafts, 33, 34 best ball manias in. Let's keep them coming. Just left work. Yep. Get home, take the shoes off, get comfy, get a good meal in you. You'll be doing good. Midweek, we got to ride the wave, get the energy going, finish the week strong. Nihal, what's up, my man? What's your favorite spot to draft from? For me, it's 5 to 6. Ooh, I like the 5 to 6 range because it usually means Jameer Gibbs, who I love, or CeeDee Lamb, very fun. I don't know. I think I had a stronger conviction earlier on, but I like any spot in the top 5. I typically find myself drafting out of the bottom 3 spots. So I do know how to make a nice team out of these back 3 spots. It's usually with the Monra or Brian Thomas. Then a lot of those. If you draft Amon-Ra St. Brown, you have to draft Jared Goff. If you miss Jared Goff with Amon-Ra, are you going to play it through the Vikings? Amon-Ra and Jamar Chase could be, both of them individually could be the guy you need in week 17. And if it's going to be Jamar Chase, it's going to be Joe Burrow. If it's going to be Amon-Ra, it's going to be Jared Goff. I mean, I've got Josh Allen. So I will say, if you pivot off of stacking with Goff, you want to do it with an elite rushing upside QB. I even with Josh Allen, I still want Jared Goff. I'm definitely most likely, almost certainly done it QB. But that's just me. That's how I view it. It's like if you're gonna win with Amon-Ra, it's probably with Jared Goff too. Or if you're gonna win with Jared Goff, it's definitely with Amon-Ra. I've built teams around Jared Goff, JMO, Laporta. So maybe Jared Goff and Gibbs. There's other versions, but if Amon-Ra is wide receiver 1 in week 17, you almost can bet that Jared Goff had a good week, enough to get it done. I don't love Hollywood, but I might do it on this one. Kind of a tier break there is why I did it. I think there's a little bit of a tier break for my rankings at wide receiver. Herbert falling just a little bit. I don't have a way to play it with Herbert, though. Yeah, blue goes. I kind of anticipated that. I don't think I want Kraft on this team. I'm going to go Ray Davis. Team level correlation. Maybe James Cook holds out. Maybe Ray Davis is eating into his workload. Regardless, bet on the Bills. Also, I could easily stop at 4 running backs now. Wouldn't flinch. I don't think I have to. Got Mark Andrews. Feel decent enough about my wide receivers. And I'm probably only going to take the 2 QBs. So it's not like I need the extra roster spot. I'll probably take a 5th running back a little bit later on. Dirty P, what's up, brother? Gonna be underweight Creed, Nickelback, no regrets. Couldn't be me. But if you want to come back, if you want to reverse your take, we got arms wide open. I'm 6 feet from the edge, and I'm thinking you could get back in. And underweight Hinder also. Yeah, Hinder doesn't hit for me. Hinder's a completely different vibe. Peppers, what up, brother? Pretty solid start, brother. Gonna be hard to beat. I like it. It's looking good. Love the Wolves in the profile pick. Good stuff. And it's a decent start. I mean, I'm not afraid to take some running backs. And I am not afraid to take some Lions. I'll tell you that much. Josh Allen, sprinkle him in, just staying at the field, staying 8%, close to 8%. Josh Allen, don't want to fall behind, but some value on Diggs. I don't know. People are afraid on Diggs. He was pick 120 in the big board. Now he's pick 70 in the Best Ball Mania. Now he's pick 80 because he's on a boat. But I think he can get it done. I don't think he really fell off. Let's do a little. Oh, yeah, we were looking at Jerome Simpson last night. Great head of hair there. And Diggs. I mean, the guy's a dog. We've loved him in fantasy for a long time. On a per game basis, he did not fall off last year with the Texans. Still put up 15 fantasy points per game in PPR scoring. Only played 8 games, small sample size, decent yardage. Touchdowns go up and down. Not a huge fall off from his traditional level. Yeah, he tore the ACL. You don't want to. You don't want to You don't want to have him as your wide receiver 2 or 3 if you can help it. But as a wide receiver 4, and then getting Darnell Mooney right after, who I also view as a pretty strong wide receiver 3-4, I think it works. If Diggs is your wide receiver 5, you probably feel better about it. If you start without Josh Allen, took, I don't know, Xavier Worthy or DJ Moore here, and then maybe Chris Godwin here or something. Maybe a little bit better spot. I kind of need him to hit and put up some points where I drafted him. But also, I can wait for wide receiver for just a bit. We're kind of at that tier break. Penix is still there. I'm not going to take him on this team. Kincaid makes too much sense. I was hoping that Goddard might come back around. I like Goddard much more, but he goes pick 141 right at ADP. Son of a bitch. Dude, this guy sniped me on Keon Coleman and Dalton Kincaid. I don't take a lot of McMillan. Almost never. Probably my first one. But seems fine on this team. Team stack the Bucks. I don't know. It's fine. Both my picks still there. Decent little fall on Ferguson. I do have him ranked behind ADP. Seems worth taking there. Don't have a lot of week 17 correlation built up yet. So I want to figure something out with an Eagles player, a Bears player, Minnesota. Not a whole lot left. There's some late round picks. Might not get there with the week 17 correlation on this one. Just haven't been able to pull it off in this range. Kind of tough when you're in the corners if you don't get it early. What up, JT? JT coming on tomorrow night. So stay tuned for that. We're going to rip some drafts together. Into Walker this year. Yup. Yeah, I'm hearing the Seahawks are going to be running the ball a good amount. You got Mike McDaniel there, the new head coach. Of course, you got Kubiak, the new OC. I think they're going to be running the ball a good amount. A little rumor that they might be running some 2 running back formation. I guess we were saying last night, 21 formation. So you could have Charbonnet, Ken Walker, both in the backfield. Take some pressure off of Sam Darnold, run the ball a good amount. I could see it. Yes. Yeah, I'm not a fan of REM either. Yeah, I like Ken Walker. I like him. He's good. What up, Hartman? How you doing, brother? What's going on? Ooh, yeah. If he can stay healthy, it'll be a good season for him. No, I meant exposure. Oh, 10% just enough. Yeah, I think so. I think so. In this house, we are ballsy. Oh my gosh. The artwork, the creativity. What a stud. It's ballsy, doesn't take shit from anyone. Smokes his stogies inside. Love it. Used to jam some Creed, to be honest. I'm just ashamed to admit it. It's a safe space. You can come here and admit it. We jam Creed. Nickelback's fine too. Yep. I love JMO. I've got him ranked fairly high. I've only got 3%. So he's been tough to get. I need some more JMO, that's for sure. This next pick coming up quick. Got 2 tight ends, 2 quarterbacks. Feel pretty good at the onesies. 4 running backs I like. 6 receivers I like just fine. McMillan, more of a team bet on the Bucks than anything else. Freaking Palmer wasn't there either. Palmer wasn't there the last pick, was he? Yeah, he went super early. Ridiculous. I'm not crazy about Palmer though. Not a lot of bye week issues. Looking pretty good here. Take the best player available. Pat, Keenan, Coker, Dobbins. Shipley goes early. Like, what's going on? It's just not my draft for any correlation. Got sniped on Kincaid. Got sniped on Coleman. Palmer goes 20 picks early. Didn't get Goddard. So I'm not going to force it. I'm just going to take the best players available at every position. I'll take some Keenan Allen. Don't know where he's going to land yet. Not sure. Don't want to be overexposed to Keenan Allen in a format like this, where it could be a 0, but that was my 3rd. So not crazy. Don't want to go overboard. He'll definitely rise when he lands somewhere. I don't think he's retiring, but he could. He fell off last year. So that's tough. Played most of the season. Injured though, right? Just a little bit of soreness. Missed some games. Don't love to see it. Maybe, you know what? I need to get off the Keenan Allen pick a little bit. That's probably 3 is enough until he lands somewhere. We don't know if he's going to retire. That's probably enough. As my 8th wide receiver, I don't hate it though. But I don't want dead roster spots. I don't want zeros. If he loves Creed, you're in the right channel. Yikes. Puddle of Mud. I do remember a song of theirs, but not big on my playlist. Oh yeah, definitely into the alt rock, no doubt. Yeah, this one's coming together all right. I don't love this team. I took a risk to get a Josh Allen team. It didn't pay off in any way. Every single bill got sniped the entire draft. No Eagles were readily available. Took Goff, didn't get a single Viking. And this could be, I haven't done like a 2-5-9-2 in a really long time, but this could be one of those. Pretty certain I'm done at the onesies. Felton makes a lot of sense. Tesla doesn't hurt. Could be fine. There's not going to be any Eagles that I like. It's not Dotson. I don't think so. Go Felton with this one. Nice little bring back there. 9 wide receivers. Haven't done that in a long time. Manuel Wilson. Easy click in that range. Ton of upside running backs. Brashard Smith. Maybe Sampson. Maybe Marks. Who knows? I'm cool with Emmanuel Wilson there. Lock in some production. Good Packers squad. 2-5-9-2. I think that's my first 2-5-9-2 in probably since 2024. Maybe I got one on the big board. Don't even know if I did. I only draft Kincaid on Josh Allen teams and didn't pull it off this time, so no Kincaid for me. Fantasy Dog, the 16th like. Appreciate you, brother. How you doing tonight? What's going on? This one's gonna wrap up. I don't love this team. We'll see if it's decent. Just doesn't get the correlation I wanted. Didn't get the stacks I necessarily wanted. But I got some of the players I like. And the running backs up top feel really strong. 2-5-9-2 build. Josh Allen, Jared Goff. Naked Josh Allen, you could say. Got McCaffrey, Ken Walker, Kamara. If those are the 3 running backs you need, then this team will do it. Otherwise, not a whole lot of correlation in week 17 once we get there. Ray Davis is good. Needed more of him. Manuel Wilson, my favorite click in the last round right now. If I need a running back who's going to get the work on a good rushing offense. Monroe, Mike Evans, Diggs, Mooney. I've drafted better starting 4 receivers than that in most drafts, but could be enough, especially if Diggs is still on his game. Doesn't miss too many games with the injury. Mooney, Hollywood, kind of fun shots. McMillan, I never draft him, so might as well do it on this one. Pat Bryant. It's a fun click. I've got a lot of him. Keenan Allen. Need to get off that one. I need to move him down in the ranks, I'll admit. And then Felton's nice. Mark Andrews Ferguson. 22nd BBM. Let's get back into it. The New York schedule. Nice. There you go. Getting through the week. We're almost there. Gonna be joining this Best Ball Mania 6 20-second draft real soon. I'm gonna shoot it into the chat when I hit enter. So jump in. If you want to jump, if you want to draft, get in here. Let's do it. Waiting on one. It's gonna feel quick. Let's kick it to a clip. I'll be back. I'll grab some water. Let's do this one. Perfect timing. It's fine. I mean, it's got strong pieces. It's just not correlated the way I usually like to do. It's not super stacked up, not a lot of week 17 game stacks. So it's got strong pieces. It's a warm-up draft. Let's get right back into this one. We're in the 4 spot. See what we can get into. It pretty much snap filled. I was waiting on 1 when I joined. I feel like I haven't drafted at the 4 spot in a while. Could this be a Saquon team? Nope. Another CeeDee Lamb team? Or do I go Gibbs this time? I guess I take what falls to me. I'll go another CeeDee Lamb team. Here we go. What up, Disbanded? How you doing tonight, brother? What's going on? Best Ball Mania draft number 2 of the night. First one, just wrapped it up. Josh Allen team. Christian McCaffrey, Kamara, Ken Walker, Amon-Ra St. Brown, and Jared Goff. Mark Andrews. Seems fine. Let's do something better. Ooh, Jonathan Taylor goes. I would have liked JT on this team. It's going to be Bucky Irving here for me. Or I could do T. Higgins. I think I want Bucky Irving, though. Let me just do a quick check if I've got any seconds left. Nah, it took too long to load. I've already got 2 Bucky teams, and I probably didn't have any T teams, so probably should have taken T there. I mean, I could have guessed that. I just remember back. Only 1 T team. And T will not be there at pick 28, but that's fine. I like Bucky a lot. Doing well. Doing it well. Don't forget Evans. Yeah. Flipping the script. Yep. Pretty standard stuff in this one. I like a Gibbs JT start. That feels pretty strong. Shiva Cup holder takes Chase Brown Harrison. He's stacking out that Week 17 game. I think it's in Cincinnati. Yeah, it's in Cincinnati. I just was trying to figure out, was it a home game or an away game for the Bengals? It's a home game. Jacobs is there. Rice is there. I guess just go Jacobs. Seems like a strong way to play it. And the difference between Jacobs, Jonathan Taylor, not a whole lot. Bucky came on so strong at the end of last season. I think in my own ranks, I've got Bucky 1 ahead of Jonathan Taylor as of today. Like Bucky's at 20, Taylor's at 22, and then Jacobs like a 24, 23. So Packers and the Ravens. We'll see if I can get lucky. Something happens there. Obviously, I would have considered taking McLaurin at pick 28. And then Bucky Irving at the Dolphins. Could this be a team where I lean back into the Dolphins? I've been fading the Dolphins a good amount. I'm most certainly going to try to get Dak on this team. I like the Nico Brian Thomas start too. I guess there's a slight tier break at running back after the Breece Kyron picks, so Worthy, Hunter makes sense. Guy in the 11th spot goes with Lamar Jackson and Brock Bowers. I'd really like one of these next guys. I might pass up Jaden Daniels. I almost never do, but I might do it just because I take Jaden Daniels so often. I'm a little bit underexposed to J-Mo and Devonta Smith. Kind of hoping one of those guys is there. The guy after me would take Daniels if I don't. Got to do it. Jaden, I just don't pass Jaden Daniels very often. Sorry, dude. BK Eagle misses out on his Jaden Daniels stack. You can still take Burrow. To me, Jaden Daniels pick 45. Hard to pass up. You're paying up for a QB. You're going elite QB. So there's a cost to that. You got to play it smart with the rest of your draft. I've only got one wide receiver through 4 rounds. This is this one will test you, but I'm up for it. He took Cortland Sutton and tried to push Burrow around. I knew for a fact that Shiva would take Burrow with Chase Brown and Jamar Chase on his team and Marvin Harrison. So then BK Eagle ends up going with a Hurts Saquon team. I don't hate it. I like the Sutton pick too. Kittle's there. If I don't take Zay Flowers, I'm going to be in a rough spot. I don't love passing up on Kittle, but I really like Zay Flowers too. Nice little week 17 going on with Josh Jacobs. Doesn't hurt. And my Jaden Daniels, CeeDee Lamb. Why not? See, this team's already way more correlated than the last one. Still getting some players I really like too. Looking for that year 3 breakout with Zay Flowers. I think it's a safe bet. Easily Zay Flowers could have a career year. They didn't draft anyone. They brought in Hopkins. I'm not afraid of that. There is an argument you could say Hopkins takes a little bit of the red zone looks. Maybe some of the touchdowns away from Zay, but I think there's enough there with Lamar. Should be fine. I don't expect Mark Andrews to have a career year in touchdowns again. And same thing with Bateman. Heard it banging, yep. This one's pretty fast-paced. The one that's on the intro has a lot of bass in it. I'll play that one next. Goes really well if you have a subwoofer. I think it's this one. We'll see. Yeah, this one. This one gets me pumped up. I think of Quinshon Judkins every time I hear this. Saquon. Derrick Henry. Ooh, Olave or Judy would be really nice here. I could build something out around the Packers too. If I end up going with like a golden. I'll take Judy. Debo for the stack would be nice. Haven't taken him yet. Golden or Reed would be pretty cool too. Building out another week 17 game stack. Probably good for a while at running back. Don't have to force anything there. Can wait for like a nice value to fall to me. But kind of like a lot of these picks at running back in this range too. Laporta at 76 isn't too bad. Swift might be a great value right now. They didn't replace him. Doesn't sound like Dobbins is going to Chicago. It might just be Swift. I'll do Golden. surprised it's my first golden Best Ball Mania team. Okay, through 7 rounds, CeeDee Lamb, Bucky Irving, and Josh Jacobs took a Jaden Daniels, so another elite QB team. Then I took 3 straight wide receivers in Zay Flowers, Jerry Jeudy, and Matthew Golden. I built out a Week 17 game stack around the Packers and the Ravens. Also got one with the Cowboys and the Commanders. Plenty of time left to figure out some stacks for Jaden Daniels. Would have liked Debo at 76. Didn't want to force him at 69. I think Jerry Jeudy's a little bit better of a pick in general. Hey, what's up, Steve? How you doing? Ripping some Best Ball Manias tonight. This is number 2. We're doing 20-second clocks, Best Ball Manias. And I think it's a pretty good start. I don't mind it. Haven't hit the nuts, haven't gotten like everything to perfectly to fall, but built out this little Week 17 game stack with the Packers and the Ravens, and then Cowboys and Commanders on the way. Brian Robinson could have been all right there. I would probably take him just to make another bet on the Commanders, but I will, let's see, pick 93 and then 100. Hawkinson's falling. I don't hate it. I don't know if I need a running back here, but I like Scattaboo. I like Jordan Mason a good amount. Higgins, Trey Harris, Burden, all fine picks. Take some rookies with another. I mean, I got Golden, but take another rookie with some upside later in the season. Kind of play to go along with these veterans. The 2 running backs I feel so good about, but I easily could take one of these 2 guys as well. All right, let's go. Scattaboo it is. Feels like the right team for him. I think I literally just played this Scattaboo clip, didn't I? I played it before this draft, so perfect timing on the clip. Let's see what we can do here. This next pick, I think a couple ways I want to play this. Get into that QB pocket. If I don't get the QB I want in these next 2 picks, I've got 2 easy options, and then I've got a late option now that I took Cup with Darnold, who seems to always be there late. So I could really push it and take Darnold on this team. I could just grab Dak or Love with one of these next picks. A lot of QBs left. Justin Fields is still there. Caleb Williams, Jared Goff, all still there. People are pushing the QBs in this draft room. I mean, I see 1, 2, 3, 4 teams without a quarterback. I mean, it's got to be Dak, right? Makes too much sense to me. It's the week 17, 2 quarterbacks in the same game situation, but I want Dak with CeeDee Lamb. I could just stop with those two and then not have to worry about having to take Love, even though I've got this game stack built out with the Packers and the Ravens. And then, Darnold's always there later. If he's there in round 18, throw him on this squad. But otherwise, probably stop at 2, looking for a running back with the next pick. Or I could easily take Colston Loveland. It's a little early for Blue, but if he hits, if he's a guy you need, it's not going to matter where you take him. Bash is a little tier break. Cough really fallen. So is Drake May. Right to ADP, but he usually doesn't get there. Goddard goes really early to the Jalen Hurts drafter. I'm going to go Ramondre here, I think. Seems good. Seems fine. Hope I don't regret taking Ramondre over Jaden Blue in the future on a team that's got, the Cowboys built into it and the Commanders. Feel good enough about these 5 receivers. Going to do the late tight end build. I have pretty early draft capital in my QBs. All right, let's get it. 245 build. Receiver's kind of dead. Tight end. Might as well. I don't love it. I've got him ranked pretty far back, but it's fine. There's a lot of running backs. I think one of them will come back around that I like. Or not. I mean, BK Eagle needs a running back. Luckily, the guy I wanted was just far enough down ADP from everyone else. I don't mind going Eckler there. Perfect timing. How we doing, Nick? We're ripping through these drafts. 20-second clocks go quick. The second one of the night. I think this one's coming together nicely. About to be on the clock again. Wouldn't hurt to go. I feel really strong at running back. Wouldn't hurt to go wide receiver here. Or even tight end. Fucking dubs. The second I cue him, he gets picked. Whatever. Double stack the tight ends with the QBs. Little CeeDee Lamb, Eckler action. 2552. Want to go back to receiver. I was considering Romeo Doubs with that pick, but it's probably fine getting Eckler anyways. God, I need to move Keenan Allen down in the ranks. I'm gonna do it right now live, maybe even before my next pick. I don't know if it'll update here, but I just got to move Keenan Allen down. All right, that'll do. I don't know if it'll update live here, but I did it on my phone. I can't do anything with Cam Ward or Geno Smith. Sam Darnold I could grab really late, so I'm going to keep pushing him in that option. I don't really need another running back. But if one falls to me that I love, I could do something with it. Good enough at tight end for now. Just a Pat Bryant click. Take another rookie with upside. Nice. Got 6 wide receivers, 6 different buys. That doesn't hurt. Tight end stacked with QBs. Always a good feeling. And then a running back room double anchored down. Got Scattaboo, little Ramondre. Don't hate it. And then Eckler correlates pretty well. So seemed like a fine place to get him. Pretty flat tier of running backs where I took him. See what's going on in this draft. How you doing tonight, Nick? What's going on? You ripping any eliminators, any drafts tonight? Just got Baker at 116 with Godwin and a slow schnauzer. A-Chain Reek bring back. That's fire. Oh, in slows, so I have like 3 slow schnauzers that are still going, and I had to do a double take because I couldn't believe they hadn't finished yet. But they're all from like 2 weeks ago. And I have noticed you can get really big falling QB. You can get QBs to fall a lot in these slow drafts, these slow schnauzers. I'm trying to think what I saw. I saw Darnold go undrafted. I saw Sam Darnold go undrafted. I just wasn't in a position to take him. Who else? I saw Baker at 116 is pretty good though, and you were in a position to take him with the bringbacks. That's even better. I saw Love go like pick 148 or 150 or something pretty recently in a slow schnauzer. Yeah, me too. I did a lot of slows before it was close to filling just because I knew I didn't necessarily want to do them all as fast because I wanted to max it, but I still wanted to do the fast for like eliminators, best ball manias. Then we had these other contest drops, so probably need a wide receiver here. That's fine. I wanted the tight end because I feel like it's a decent value there, and I'd be reaching a little bit at wide receiver. Maybe they come back around anyways. Some people have these wide receivers ranked all different kinds of ways. Or not ranked at all. But let me grab that nice third tight end. Got Bucky. Got some bucks on this team. Gives me more time to figure out who I really want at wide receiver. I'd consider it. I realized I had Josh Jacobs, of course. Not the worst idea to lock down the Packers backfield if you feel confident you can do it with those 2 players. I think Slayton's a fine pick in the 17th round. And yeah, no, Darnold's not going to be there in round 18. Could just take one more running back for some upside. Maybe Ramondre gets phased out. Maybe Eckler gets the injury bug again. maybe Scattaboo doesn't get, 15 touches a game. Could just take another bet on another running back. Make another bet on a running back here. The Dobbins visit to the Broncos is a real thing that could put Estime out of work. So I probably want to back off that click for now until we get more information. I think that makes a lot of sense. It's not a sexy pick, but that might be a better one, although I do have Eckler. Do I stop at 7 wide receivers, though? I think I could. Do I need a 6 running back? Maybe. Maybe he's done. Maybe he's dust. Maybe he's got something left in the tank. Probably more dust, but let's check it out. I was looking at him earlier. Not so inspiring what he's done with the Panthers lately. He got paid and then he did nothing. He did have some injuries, though, I hope, right? So he had week 10 ankle. It's kind of later in the season, and I don't think he did much before that anyways. So before week 10, he still had maybe 1-2 usable weeks. Not very inspiring. Of course, Chuba had already come on. Although, week 18 against the Falcons, against the backups, this game, the throwaway game doesn't matter. He gets 63% of the snaps, 17 carries, 3 in the red zone, runs 11 routes, 4 targets, 3 receptions, 116 total yards, 2 touchdowns, 26.6 points. So that's kind of nice. I think people forget about that game. Yeah, it's Atlanta. It's the backups. Their defense wasn't good last year. No playoff hopes on the line. But that's interesting. It's an interesting point that he can still do it if he gets the snaps. So that's interesting. Keeping him on the radar. It works on this one. It's a Cowboys team. That's crazy, Fantasy Dog. That Stafford should never go undrafted. Sometimes you can't do anything about it, though, because you need something different for your team or you don't have any way to play them. So, but I get it. What are we running next? More Best Ball Mania. Another 20 seconds starting soon. Starting in the next 30 seconds. I'm going to do a quick team review of this one. 30 seconds, another Best Ball Mania 20 second. And I'll type it in the chat when I'm actually entering it, because I think the chat's quicker than the lag in the video by about 3 to 5 seconds. Do the next draft. Let's go, Nick. All right, so a 2-6-7-3 build. Jaden Daniels, Dak Prescott. I got Ertz and Eckler with Daniels. I got CD and Miles Sanders and Ferguson with Prescott. Got Bucky Irving, Josh Jacobs. Also with Jacobs, I've got Golden and Flowers for a little game stack. Cam Scattaboo, Ramondre, Eckler, and Miles Sanders, who we're just doing some research on. There we go. Texas women's softball takes game 1 in the Women's College World Series against Texas Tech. Love to see it. Just got the update on the phone. CeeDee Lamb, Zay Flowers, Jerry Jeudy, Golden. Feels pretty good with those 4. Obviously need Golden to hit. Cooper Kupp, don't think he's done yet. Pat Bryant, fun upside. Does he get the role right out the gate? Does he earn the role later on? Either way could work on this team. Darius Slayton. So those 7 gets it done. 3 tight ends, just enough. Some value stacked up. Let's get into another 20-second Best Ball Mania. I'm going to put it in the chat when I join it. Just entered it. .20-second clock. Waiting on 5. Let's go. You guys got in. I know you did. Perfect timing. We're ripping them tonight. Feeling good in the flow. What spots we got? Of course, the Influencer 101 goes to Steve. How come I never get the 1? How many Jamar Chase teams do I have? I've got 1 Jamar Chase team through 35 Best Ball Manias. What are the odds? Let's go. Montage. Crazy for you. What up, brother? How are we doing tonight? What's going on? What are you drafting? Yeah, get on out of bed. Get in this draft. We filled it pretty quick. They've been filling quick. 250 drafts and no chase. WTX. TF. That's hashtag not winning the flex. That's losing the 1 spot. I guess I'm Nick's in the 8. Green Bean in the 6. What up, brother? Pikachu in the 5. How you doing, my man? JJ. And then I'm in the 10 spot again. Like I said last draft, guys, I have been drafting. Somebody asked it. They said, where's your favorite spot to draft out of? And yo, what up, JJ? I saw you in here. You snuck in. Someone asked in the first draft. This is the third Best Ball Mania of the night. We're ripping through them. They're 20-second clocks. But somebody asked in the very first one, my favorite spot to draft out of. They said they like the 5-6 spot. I like the 5-6 spot as well, but I like anything in the top 5 is probably my favorite, which I just never get the 1 spot. I've been drafting out of the 10, 11, 12 so often that, you know, it's like I was born in the darkness, so I can just deal with it. Building out Amon-Ra teams, building out Brian Thomas Jr. teams. Decent amount of Christian McCaffrey, I guess. Saquon going 6 to Green Bean. Nice. I want to check my exposures on these first round picks. Apparently, I've got... I could stand to take another Nico team, considering I just took the Amon-Ra team in that last one. Or actually, that first draft we did. It's Nico time, baby. So what are my combos early with Nico? Don't have any London. Got 1 McConkey out of 4. Probably got some Brown. Yep, got 1 Brown. No Bowers. We already saw the McConkey one. Henry? Nope. Achan? Nope. Well, who knows? Probably Brian Thomas Jr. if I had to guess. If I remember, I will do London here. I like them all. I want to get the exposure up to some London. Nico London feels pretty fun. Only have 2 London teams. Need more than that. It's because I have London ranked behind AJ Brown. And I flip-flop McConkey with Drake London also. So, for the very beginning, before the schedule released, I was taking Derrick Henry up here a round or 1 or 2 picks after ADP. So, oh, montage crazy for you in the 3 spot with Young Snapple. What up, brother? Glad you made it in. What up, Dad? Hashtag QBs matter. You already know it. I've drafted, you'd love it. I drafted a Josh Allen team. I drafted a Jaden Daniels team. This is the 3rd Best Ball Mania of the night. Probably I mean, hey, I'm right in that zone for an elite QB again, but probably not on this one, considering I can go with Penix Jr. or Stroud later on. But never forget that QBs matter. I won't. Yeah, fantasy dog. Guys, I got one Jamar Chase team in Best Ball Mania out of 35. What are the odds? JJ, glad you could make it in. Hope your drafts are going well, my man. Yeah, Thad likes the spot 1 to 12. Hashtag no ball. He does. So you think darkness is your ally? I can't do the Bane impression very well, but one of my buddies in college, he would break out a Bane quote at the most opportune times, and the funniest shit ever. I was born in darkness. Power goes out. Born in the darkness. I know, we all never get the one spot. Steve's going to come in here and be like, actually, I've gotten the one spot in 33% of my drafts. I don't know what it takes. Just about. Maybe it'll even out a little bit, but through 35 drafts, only having one from the one spot is going to put me back a little bit if Jamar Chase is who you need. All right, I think I know the pick here. Chase Brown would have been a sick faller at 34. I like Brees. Adams had already gone. Kyron had already gone. That kind of sucks. What's Zay's ADP right now? 50. Okay, well, Lamar Jackson's gone anyways. It doesn't feel like another Jaden Daniels team for me in this spot. I'll probably take T-Mac or J-Mo. T-Mac's going to get a ton of volume. I think he's good. So maybe I coin flip it. Maybe maybe I should take some more JMO there. I've got T-Mac ranked just ahead. I would have liked Jameson Williams on this team also. I really would have liked Kyron or Devontae Adams. T-Mac's fun though. H-Town EC. Definitely prefer the middle of the round as opposed to the first pick. I got so many Chase Burrow stacks. Damn, share some Chase Burrow with the rest of us. I did have a decent amount of Chase Burrow in the big board. Like, was doing fine then, but like I said, I'm behind right now, man. I need to catch up. For sure. I don't mind. I mean, there's not really a spot on the board I don't like drafting from, but I do feel like the first 5 or 6 picks are pretty nice. Then a small tier change. Although Puka's very nice. McCaffrey could just be him again. I like the back of the first because you can get 2 of these receivers, kind of like I did, like Chronic 69. Nice. Gets Neighbors and BTJ. I got Collins in London. Kind of fun to get pairings of wide receivers in the first 2 rounds. Get the different flavor combinations. How you doing, H-Town Eric? H-Town EC, what's up, brother? What up, Meg? Got the jams going. We're feeling the flow. Got the vibes on. 3rd Best Ball Mania draft of the night. Gonna keep ripping them, just getting through them. They're going really quick, so we're doing good. I'm excited to check out the Fanspeak Network Best Ball Jeopardy. No spoilers in the chat, please. I'm gonna go watch that right after this. It was Tyler versus Tyler, so I'm guessing Tyler won and Tyler lost. What up, Curtis? D316. It's a sick avatar, too. I landed Nakua, McConkey, Adams, and Hill as my top 4 and was able to stack them with their QBs. That sounds pretty nice. Yeah, Nakua, McConkey lines up nice, and then Adams, if you're lucky, and then Hill falls. That's pretty sweet. I like that start. I don't think anyone in this room started with 4 receivers. It looks like 3 of the teams started double running back, including young Snapple, aka Montage Crazy for you. We got JJ in here. JJ's Pikachu in the 5. Steve's in the 1. Of course, I'm in the 10 spot. Green Bean in the 6 spot. A lot of bros in this room. Sharp drafters. Tyler came away with the win? Okay. All right. I appreciate you, Thad. I said no spoilers, though. No, I'm just fucking with you. Kamara's kind of nice. I should not do Chuba on this team. I should do Ken Walker again to mix it up. Tyler won. Hashtag Tyler matters. Yeah, okay, so thought process on this one. I've got a lot of Alvin Kamara exposure. Sometimes he falls back around to the next pick like I did in the first draft where I got Ken Walker and Kamara. I didn't want to take Chuba because I've already got T-Mac, and so that feels a little bit like a negative correlation. Just this much draft capital and those 2 players on the same team when if one scores, the other doesn't. So that's kind of my thought process there. Although I'd be lying if I said I didn't take Kyron and Devontae sometimes. Is it Hendo season? Might be. No, I'm going to go Olave. Olave seems really nice on this build where I think he's undervalued. I've got 4 strong receivers, 2 good running backs I like. I didn't need to force another running back there so soon. I definitely want to get my 4th receiver before coming back to pick 82. You never know what's going to be there at pick 82. There's some guys I like, but I don't want to risk it and be taking Steph Diggs again. This is not the Steph Diggs team, I don't think. Also, time to hit the T-Mac clip. I didn't roll it yet, but we drafted Tetaroya, McMillan. Let's hit the clip. Nice. You see it all. The double coverage, the middle crossers, the outside comebacks. He can do it in the red zone. He can catch the ball one-handed and throw you into the shadow realm with his other hand if you're a cornerback from UCF. Some haters will say that if you take away his 300 yards and 3 touchdowns in week 1 against New Mexico State, that his stats aren't that impressive. I like what I see. I think he's going to be a target hog for the Panthers. You know, I think he's a good pick in fantasy, but you got to risk it for the reward. He goes pretty early. He goes ahead of a lot of workhorse running backs. So on the right build, I'm loving T-Mac. I've got over 20% exposure. No, Tyler lost, says Green Bean. And from the 9 spot, Curtis? That's pretty sick. Yeah, so you got some nice values on that. That's a good spot to do. I mean, I see how you could do that because you need to hit Adams at the end of round 3 and then still have Hill fall to round 4. So makes total sense. Okay, Diggs goes. I don't have to bite that bullet again. Mooney goes. Kind of a bummer. But what's going to be there for me with my next pick? Not a range. I'm looking for a QB. Oh, a nice little Jacoby Myers fall. Yes, please. Every time. No doubt. Jacoby Myers is pretty sick. He's good. As a wide receiver 5 at a 10-pick discount, 9-pick discount, I'm in. And I don't think I'll have the chance to get Caleb Johnson. Boom, he's gone. But I don't hate the Aaron Jones pick. Boom, he's gone again. Got to stop queuing guys up. Pacheco would be all right. He gets drafted. I don't have a ton of Pacheco. Oh, I actually have 2 Pachecos. Only 1 Hawk. Does Hawk play? Is this a Hawk team? Or is it a Pacheco team? Maybe a Pacheco team. I think that's fine. I'm definitely gonna wait. Definitely gonna wait on the QBs. You know, not Mahomes. Didn't need Baker. Does this feel like a pretty good start? Yes, this is a Best Ball Mania 6. It's the 3rd one of the night. 3rd in a row. We're getting after it tonight. 20-second pick clocks, and we're just ripping through these drafts. Been live for hour 45 about, and we're halfway through our 3rd draft. So we're getting after it, putting in the work, putting in some volume. Hey, we're going to be entering this tournament. And might as well stream it, might as well go live, hang out with you all in the chat. So I appreciate y'all being here. Make sure you throw a like on the channel for your boy. Hit the subscribe, turn on notifications, come draft with us, get in the chat, be active, you know, ask questions, have fun. I'm gonna be drafting best ball teams all summer long. So you know where to find it. And we're answering dynasty questions, we're answering best ball strategy, anything, whatever's on your mind. We were talking about alt rock earlier, classic rock. During the first draft, we had a debate, Nickelback versus Creed. So if you're joining in this 3rd draft and you haven't heard the conversation yet, that was a hot topic in the earlier drafts. I'm going to start a poll right now, and I think you guys know what to do. Okay, so it's not the actual song, but I just quoted some songs for fun. But it's just Nickelback or Creed straight up. You have to pick one. You got to pick one. Your life depends on it. And you can't say no. You can't say I don't like Nickelback and I don't like Creed. You can not like one slightly, and you can prefer one over the other. But you got to be in. If you know, you know. We're going to get some results here. I'm Team Creed. I don't want to sway the poll too much. But I'm Creed over Nickelback. Okay, this feels fun for a Mark Andrews team. Take Mark Andrews and then push the running backs. I don't need Purdy Golf. I don't care about Jonnu. Not a Drake May team. Not a Charbonnet team. I mean, if you know, you know. Najee Harris, week 17 correlation with Nico Collins would just be extra nice for an RB4. So really pushing quarterback in this one. Through 10 rounds. Breece Hall. Well, it's a 0-4-5-1 build. Breece Hall, Ken Walker, Isaiah Pacheco, Najee Harris. You know, do I go hyper fragile? Do I stop with those 4? Probably don't have to. The wide receivers feel pretty good, though. I've got 5 guys I like. Time to tack on a 6th pretty soon. Nico Collins, Drake London, T-Mac, Olave, Jacoby, Mark Andrews. Just how it happens. No bye week overlap there. No bye week overlap here. Feeling strong. Pushing quarterbacks later with the guys that I took. I think my stacking partners will be there with my next 2 picks. So I'm feeling all right. Later, Anthony. Thanks for stopping by. Always good chatting with you, my man. Hope you have a great night. Get after it tomorrow. Finish the week strong. We'll see you in another draft soon, brother. Yeah. Hell yeah. Out drinking and gallivanting. Nice. Out on the town. Big Tet. Love you ripping through BBMs. Yes, I'm excited. It's in the queue. I'll be watching it later. No doubt. Got to see who the competition is. Who's making it through. It's going to be, I'm sure it was a great show. Always is. Always good guests. Fun host. Who Hames? What's up, brother? How we doing, Who Hames? I caught the beginning of your stream earlier today, but I got busy and I couldn't have the stream on. So I'm gonna have to catch up and see what you got up into the rest of your stream. Hope it went great, brother. Hope you're doing good. Bet you're out here super flexing if I had to guess. Well, I think you had Nick Bach on, isn't that right? That was the one today, right? That was either today or yesterday. I'm pretty sure it was today. And y'all were doing some elims, I thought. All right, Team Creed represent Tracy. Dad, this is not a safe space for Tyrone Tracy drafters. We are Cam Scataboo all the way. So I'm sorry to let you down, but I haven't clicked Tracy yet. I probably drafted him once or twice during the big board. So I was already out on him, and they drafted Cam Scat. So I couldn't be more out on Tyrone Tracy. I didn't have any exposure to him last year either. It's not like it was a guy, I mean, maybe I took him a few times last year. Did you have a lot of them last year? Were you pretty stoked on that? Yeah, Curtis, great question. When Billy Jones was on the channel a couple weeks ago, we looked at the data from my 150 best ball manias for the BBM 5 last year. Where's Stroud? Son of a Pikachu, you son of a bitch. Okay, Herbert's kind of a fun way to play it, and then backstack. I can do that for sure. That'll play. I've got some ideas for that. Nice little value on Herbert. And then there's not going to be any good wide receivers here that I have to get that I love. Obviously, so I'm going to keep going. Colson Loveland, man. How do you pass that up, though? Jeez. 15 picks past ADP. Pick 148 for Penix. I mean, I can't. It's just not a Colson Loveland team for me, but I wish I could have taken him there past ADP. Set up nicely. He works well on most teams. You know, I would have loved to have had him, but I'm not going to push Penix. I'm going to take Penix with London there every single time. All right. Yeah, so, okay, back to the story for Curtis D. Billy Jones came on the channel. He brought his data. We looked into it. Last year, I was, if I remember correctly, for Best Ball Mania, I was 60% or about 62% 2 QB builds, and about the other half 3 QB builds. This year, just my own hunch, my own idea, I'm probably flipped. I'm probably 60% 3 QB and 40-ish% 2 QB, just because I think QBs are going really undervalued in these middle rounds, this QB pocket. You had guys like Dak Prescott who are going so cheap. He's risen a little bit because of, well, in this one he goes really early to Pikachu, but he's been rising because of the Pickens trade, and then you still have guys like Herbert, McCarthy, Penix, Trevor Lawrence. They go really cheap. Even Jared Goff goes pretty cheap. Love goes super cheap. Bryce Young's easy to get. So it's just been easier for me to build out the 3 QB teams this year. So I'm doing it. I'm definitely doing it. Creed versus Stained. I'm definitely Creed all the way. Stained's fine. Stains, they're on the radio, but I'm not putting them on my favorites playlist as much. Well, it's been a while. Okay, so yeah, Stain goes hard. Definitely some radio bangers. I like Stained. I'd do a quick refresh on my Stained. Good question. Great question, Fantasy Dog. Who Hames knows ball? Yeah, Nick Bach. Nick Bach and Who Hames were streaming earlier today, doing some elims. Caught the beginning of it. Couldn't catch the rest. Yeah, fuck, dude. That's the furthest I've seen Loveland drop so far, too. And I couldn't take advantage of it. I had to get Penix. Quentin Johnson goes. Ugh. I mean, when in Rome, I don't draft Kyle Pitts, but it makes sense past ADP on this one. Maybe stop at 2 tight ends. Maybe grab someone late. Didn't feel crazy about these other picks here. A lot of times I will take Algier over Pitts almost every time. I mean, I hate drafting Pitts. Haven't been drafting Pitts, but seems fine for this one where I need to double down on Michael Penix Jr., so it's all right. Could be worse. Herbert doesn't have a clear, easy tight end to go with either. So figure something out. Feel pretty good about my running backs. Looking for a wide receiver here. It's getting late in the game for a 6th. That's the move. Grab Jalen Noel. Double bring back Texans against my Chargers. I don't know. Najee Harris catches 8 balls. We'll figure something out with the Chargers late. Don't love it, but could be worse. Noel makes a lot of sense there. He's been falling a ton. Been falling a ton. I think he's still super talented, so I'll bet on talent. He'll work his way onto the field. The Texans have been looking for wide receiver depth for years. They finally get a little bit out of the draft, taking Jaden in the second, Jalen in the third. Not a lot of Tracy, but drafting Scat and Tracy. Dual backfields this season? I think so. That's a good point. I think you're onto something. You know, Charbonnet, Ken Walker, maybe Scat and Tracy. The Jaguars, what they're going to do. Patriots. Probably the Bills. Maybe the Bears. Commanders. Dallas, what are they going to do? Chargers. Everyone's a split backfield. We're back to 2015 when split backfields were the thing. We were talking about it last night. I think back to like the Falcons in that time frame. Devonta Freeman, Tevin Coleman, both paid off. Yeah, never pass the Penix. Never pass on the Penix. You gotta get Penix when you get London. It just makes too much sense. All right, let's close this poll. Make sure you voted. We're voting on not the song, but the actual band. Creed or Nickelback. I just threw the lyrics in there off the top of my head. But vote now or forever hold your peace. We're going to close the vote in the next minute. And then, so get your last votes in. While you're voting, go ahead and hit like on the stream as well. If you're new to the channel, make sure you're subscribed. Come get in the chat. Say what up. Ask us some fantasy football questions. What are you guys drafting tonight? We're ripping best ball manias. Let me know what you got going on. Let's make this pick, and we're going to close the poll. Tillman's still there. I don't hate it. Interesting. I mean, hey, I'll take Cedric Tillman 20 or so picks after ADP. Nice. 7 receivers I like on this team. It's a 2-4-7-2 so far. Need to grab some Chargers late in the game. Hell yeah. Jarquez Hunter, one of my favorite clicks. Fits perfectly on this squad for a Week 17 bring back with the Falcons, where I didn't really have any luck earlier on getting the Rams. Could be looking for Tutu late. Maybe a Terrence Ferguson late. Could be nice on this one. Falcons wise, you know, Ray's something. Not crazy about it, but it's something. Texans, I think we're good, although Marks could be there. Schultz if I need it. Chargers wise, I got to make a decision. Conklin, Mike Williams, who's going to make the team? So whoops. Yeah. Two picks left. Looking like a 2-6-8-2. Could be. I could stop with those running backs. Easily could stop with it. So 2-5-8-3. I think that makes the most sense. Okay, gotta do some quick research on Mike Williams. He just hasn't been good in a long time, which sucks because he used to be great, but it happens. To the best of us. Has he done anything? I mean, he only played 3 games in 2023. He was doing fine, I guess, in those games. Yeah, but he played 18 games last year and didn't do anything with it. I mean, come on. Was he injured? He was coming back from the ACL, right? So, damn. He's washed. Week 4, caught some balls. Week 10, caught a touchdown. It doesn't look good. I don't know. That's a good question. Probably like right next to... Probably ahead of Javonte Williams, I would think. Yeah, I like these 7-2. I like these 7-2. Maybe I don't need the other. I'm trying to figure out what I do and don't need, with these last picks. I feel good at everything. Probably not Ray. Kind of wish I didn't take Kyle Pitts so I could double tap tight end here. That always happens through instant regret of taking Kyle Pitts. I want Terrence Ferguson on this team, but it's just not meant to be. I think Conklin's the play there. Feels shitty, though. What is Michael Wilson doing still available? It's a little strange. Do I take Michael Wilson just for the value of it? I think I take Mike Williams, even though, geez, he looks completely dust. And, God, he's the 4th receiver on that team, and maybe not even. But if there's anything left there where he's got any kind of connection with Herbert that he can rekindle, and he's one more year off the ACL, and he's not completely dust, maybe he gets something in Week 17. Probably not. Probably should have gone Michael Wilson. But I wanted Herbert stacked up, and I did it with my last 2 picks. And I got Najee. So I worked in the Week 17 game of the Texans versus the Chargers in LA. I also worked in the Rams and the Falcons, although I really only did it through Hunter. Almost took Tutu there. Almost took Ferguson there. Probably should have. 36 BBMs, nice. Let's check. Let's see what's up. Oh, yeah, no doubt. 100%. Trey Harris will definitely play more than Mike Williams. I'm just looking for Mike Williams to play 20, 30% of snaps in a given week, catch a touchdown, so it's a flyer. I'd much rather have Trey Harris or Ladd McConkey with a Herbert team, so I was trying to get Stroud, got sniped on Stroud, ended up playing it through Penix, and then made Herbert work. I think it's fine. Let's end the poll. 10 votes. What do you guys think? Who's the battle of the bands? Who's better? Taking the double on that one? We'll see. Running another? Yeah, I'm going to check my text real quick. I think I will run another one, though. What did the results say? Had 7 votes for Creed, 3 votes for Nickelback. James, aren't you out and about, or did you just get home? Was I confused? Yeah, you're out drinking and gallivanting, but you're going to draft BBM? All right. I'm into it. Let me check my text real quick, see what's going on before I jump into this other one. Yeah, let's rip another one. Another 20-second BBM. I'll put it in the chat when I join it. That's gonna be soon. Just catching up. There's my Texas group chat was going off because of the softball win over Tech. Game 1, Women's College World Series. Hook 'em horns, baby. So just got home. Perfect timing. Let's get it, James. 20-second BBM. Entering now. Put it in the chat, and then I'm going to do it immediately. So if you see it in the chat, if you can hear me talking about it, I just joined a 20-second Best Ball Mania. And just like that, it was filled. No luck of the draw. I, of course, do not get the 1 spot. Just not meant to be. Nick Bach in the 1 spot. Shout out. Your first 101. Congrats, brother. Get that Jamar Chase. Get the Renegades of Funk. That's pretty fun. I'm in the 4. That's good for me. Steve in the 7. Sorry, missed you, James. These things are... People must be drafting a lot tonight. These things are filling super fast. So bricked up. Very excited about the 101. There we go. Multi-tabling it. I believe in you. Yeah. One of these days. Damn, sorry, James. Yeah, go get that eliminator. But I appreciate you being here. Hope you had a great night out. This is the 4th Best Ball Mania of the night. Just ripping through them. One of them has been good. 2 of them have been okay. Actually, I'll say, I feel like one of them was a B+. One of them was a B-. One of them kind of felt like a C+. I'll take my first Barkley team. All right. New song. Yeah, bless you. Thank you. Thank you. I don't know if you can tell. The daughter came home with a runny nose from school. And now, 24 hours, 36 hours later, I have something. But we'll power through. Take an Advil, cold and sinus. Get on with your day. Can't stop me. This is my Michael Jordan flu game. It's definitely not the flu, though. It's just very minor. Yeah, no, Curtis, that's a real thing. The Madden curse it's a real thing. So we'll see. We'll see. I'm still gonna take some Barkley. I mean, it's gonna be hard for him to repeat last year, but it could get more touchdowns. He could always get more touchdowns. Only had 15 total touchdowns. He could do more than that. I mean, it's his career high, but this new situation with the Eagles is different. Pretty high touches, though. Pretty high amount of touches and efficiency. Maybe he catches a couple more balls. I don't know. Good year for Saquon owners last year. I'm going to go T. I probably should go Bucky. I'm going to go T. I like T. Higgins. I'll take some T. Higgins. I want to get a little bit more. I think I've got one T. Higgins team in Best Ball Mania. Yeah, I don't have a Saquon team. Got one T. Higgins team. So let's build something new. T. Higgins and Saquon, two guys I don't have very much of. Different builds. Obviously, I like Bucky a lot. That's an interesting comp. Yeah, that could be good. The curse ain't got nothing on kids. The Madden curse. What I got for 4th of July come up on the clock. Make this pick first. Yeah, that's why I didn't take Bucky. I thought Josh Jacobs or Chase Brown would be here. Also got Devontae Adams. Good Devontae Adams. Get different. Pull him up a little bit. Not that far, but I wonder how many T. Higgins, Devontae Adams teams show up. 4th of July on the horizon. How do you like those? How do you like those bad boys? Not bad. Whew. We're getting after it tonight. This is the 4th Best Ball Mania. All 20-second clocks. Ripping through them. Steve, multi-tabling goes Genty, JT, Josh Jacobs. A very high T start. And I like it. That's a lot of points. That's going to be a lot of points week in, week out. When JT puts up 140 in a touchdown, when Josh Jacobs puts up 120 in a touchdown, Genty's probably going to be putting up 90, 100, 110, who knows, in a touchdown. That's gonna be a lot of points week in, week out. Be interesting to see what he does to pull it off at wide receiver. Of course, Nick Bach in the one spot gets the chase, the Rashee Rice, and pulls up Worthy. So he's going for that double stack on the Chiefs. Very interesting there. I feel like the odds that Worthy falls to pick 48, it's possible, but I don't hate the move of pulling up for the double stack. You just got to get Mahomes now. And you're getting different. You're building out around Mahomes instead of Burrow. Or maybe you still take Burrow and then get Mahomes. Who knows? I feel like it could be one or the other, but that is different. Passed up on the Trey McBride. Trey McBride goes round 3. Wow, Kyron picked 40 and Breece Hall still on the board, but Steve can't take advantage of it because he's got 3 running backs. Will he take Breece Hall at 42? I would, but I mean, you can't start 4 running backs, so he's got to go Hunter. Roster optimization, holy shit. Gets a Puka, Ladd, Marvin Harrison, Breece Hall team. He's going to do it. He's going to time out. He took Jaden Daniels. He ignored the Breece Hall call. Oh. Wow. Didn't see that one coming. Didn't have that on my bingo card. I'm going to go different. I'm going to get Sutton here. I thought about taking Smith, but I've got Saquon, and then I've got plenty of DK. Got 4 DK teams, and I didn't have as many Sutton teams. So I want to get some Sutton. And I'm a big fan of Sutton. I mean, 2nd in the league in air yards last season. Bo Nix looking like the guy for Denver. Favorite fireworks? None. Hate fireworks. Out. Fading fireworks. Don't like them. Don't want them. Don't need them. Not for me. Not going to the ER today. Not for me. But 12-year-old me, I like the tanks. And you set them up in a row. Throw a couple smoke bombs in there. Add some random landmines, aka black cats, M1000s all around the battlefield. You know, in a sandbox, in a dirt patch, in some mulch, whatever. Line some tanks up, let them fight it out. That was me. Also, I have a good fireworks story. I'll let you in on. I'll get to the fireworks story after this pick. I'll catch up with chat, and then I'll tell you the fireworks story. Okay, Pickens or Mixon? Who makes more sense on this team? I think Pickens is pretty sweet. Mixon's obviously good. I feel like with Saquon, I want another really strong running back. I'm going to go Mixon. Pickens could have been great on this team, too. Just, you know, what am I going to give my next couple picks? Like, pick 69, 76. I probably could get another workhorse running back. But I also like the receivers in that range just fine compared to Pickens. We'll see. Who knows? Maybe go Pickens there. I like Mixon, though. I want to get more Mixon. I'm in on Mixon, too. Let's change it up. Let's change up the song. We'll get into story time. What do we want? We want... No. Go for this for a little bit. This seems fine. It's the intro song. Just roll with it. Hopefully it's not too loud for you guys. Yeah, that's true. That is true. Yeah, Justin Pierre-Paul with the club hand. I'll take the value. You take the value, but then you pivot off of the Breece. Yeah, I don't. I mean, it'll all kind of wash out, I think. But yeah, if you need Saquon, it's because he's going to score more touchdowns this year than he did last year. Love having all my digits. I'm in the same boat. Oh no, Steve. Technical glitch, technical difficulty. Yeah, and then so Nick Bach goes Kittle and Zay Flowers. Two good picks there. He's looking for. I mean, you're gonna have to take Mahomes at 73, brother. Someone's gonna snipe you in this room. Maybe not. I've seen Mahomes fall a little bit. Up to you if you're gonna push it. Looks like Burrow's still there. I'm not gonna touch Burrow. Without. Or no, wait. I have T. I might touch Burrow. That's hilarious. I forgot I had D Higgins. What was I thinking? I was thinking I had no idea. Yeah, I might take Burrow. Hey, why not? I'll take Burrow. What the hell? Nice little T Higgins stack. I do need to play a little bit of catch up at wide receiver. I mean, James Conner would have been nice there, too. Hey, yo, what up, Pat? How you doing, brother? What's going on? Putting in the work this week, getting the site out, the new best ball overlay site. Good stuff. Hope you're having a good night, my man. Thanks for stopping in. It's the 4th Best Ball Mania draft of the night. We're getting after it. Nick's like, what? Yeah. You got. I say you just pull up Mahomes. You already pulled up Xavier Worthy to the 2-3 turn. You might as well take Mahomes at that rate. I mean, couldn't risk it, could you? And then obviously, I'm not going to pass on Burrow. See, the thing though is like, because I took Mixon over Pickens or even Ridley, but I still would have taken Joe Burrow at 69. So I would have needed James Conner to get to 76, which doesn't really happen these days. But James Conner would have been nice on this team. But it would have put me behind at wide receiver. I've only got 4 through 7 rounds. So I'm doing it right now. I like the 4 that I have. The stack with T. Higgins, the running backs, very strong. Get a little value on Burrow, but who hasn't gotten that? And a little value on Saquon. The rest seems fine. See what I can get into next. Okay, we're change up the song again, and then... Or no, I'm just going to pause the music. And I'll tell the fireworks story. But first, I'll catch up with y'all. Oh, God. Roman candle fights. That's a disaster waiting to happen. I think you're kidding, but also, I'm sure you're dead serious. I did. Yes, Green Bean. I have some PTSD from the fireworks. One too many. I'll get into the story. Oh, it's good background music? Okay, we're back on. We're back on. I kind of like this one. This one's getting me hyped up for the 20-second clock for the picks. Why no Burrow? No, great call. I did take Burrow, right? So then I backtracked. Leave me Burrow, bro. You wish. Oh, fireworks story. Okay. Long story short, my neighbor, he's moving. He's been in the house 15 years, and he was the firework guy. He would host the firework shows in our street for all of the neighbors. 4th of July, New Year's, whatever. He's putting on a fireworks show, like a literal show. Like everyone got out their lawn chairs. Everyone was watching to see Mr. Sargent's fireworks show. And he was a cool guy, you know, just another dad in the neighborhood, but he loved fireworks. He was dropping hundreds of dollars on fireworks shows just for everyone else to enjoy. You know what? I will take Cup here. I don't hate the Cup pick. I need another receiver. Okay, so he's moving away, and he has this box, a cardboard box the size of, just imagine you just got, you know, something big from Amazon, like, I don't know, let's just call it a big box, right? It's sitting on a table, 50, 60 gallon size box. I mean, 3 feet by 2.5 feet by 2 feet tall box, and it's all of his leftover fireworks from all of the shows he's done for the last probably 10 years, or even just the last 5 years. But for some reason, he hadn't gone through all the fireworks in every show, so he had a bunch laying around, a shit ton of mortars, a shit ton of Roman candles, smoke bombs, M1000s, all that stuff, right? Just a box of fireworks from years and years. He gives it to our other neighbor, who at the time I'm like 15. The other neighbor's like 13. He gives it to the 13-year-old. He gives the 13-year-old a box of years worth of leftover fireworks, a lot of mortars in there. The 13-year-old keeps the box of fireworks on a ping pong table in the garage, his parents' garage. He's had the box of fireworks for one day. And so the neighborhood kids were over at his house. It's a summer day, right? And, ooh, Harris is pretty nice on this one. I like Scataboo as well. Let's get into some Scataboo. Bang. I've got Harris. I'm gonna throw in another running back there. Seems like a good range to do it. A lot of upside, rookie. Just a big fan of Scataboo. Okay, so I'm standing over there. Bunch of other neighborhood kids, boys, 13, 14-year-old boys. We're looking around this firework box, and no, I'm fine. I'm fine, Green Bean. I'm not scarred, but this is it's just crazy what happened. It's just a story. One of the other neighborhood kids, kind of a shithead, kind of an idiot. You know, where he is today, I'm not surprised. So, enough said. But just that kid, you know, the kid in the group, always getting into trouble, pissing off the other parents, that kind of stuff. He's there. He lights a smoke bomb from the firework box. And other guys have already started to light smoke bombs and throw them into the grass or throw them down the driveway. But he lights one. He looks directly at one of the other neighbors, not the homeowner's son, but one of the other neighbors, and he throws the smoke bomb as it's lit, and it hits the kid in the chest and bounces right into the box of fireworks. There's like 5 of us boys standing around this ping pong table. We all look down and go, and we start running for our lives, because before you could even think twice, all of those fireworks started exploding simultaneously. The lit fuse on the smoke bomb immediately set off the box of fireworks. All of the neighboring parents came out because they heard explosions. My dad, who's like 3 houses down, comes out and he's going, holy shit. And he's calling the fire department and he runs over. By the time I even noticed what was going on, by the time I stopped sprinting, I'm like a block away from the house. I look back and the fireworks are going off in every direction. They're still going off. My dad passes me. He goes and grabs a garden hose attached to the house, starts putting out the fires. It melted. So then the ending, it melted a hole through the entire ping pong table. The ping pong table had a giant hole burned right through the middle of it on the clock. I don't think I need Dak on this team. The Knicks would have been fun, but he's not there. I've already got Burrow. Charbonnet could be nice. Tootin's fine. Could do Love later, but I don't have to with the next pick. I think I just go Sharps here. Could be a May team. If I had Pickens, it would have been a good spot to go Dak, but Love's been falling. Maybe I'll wait for Love. I've only got 5 receivers, no tight ends. It's a Warren team. Okay, the fireworks go off. It burns a hole right through the ping pong table. The roof of the garage was on fire. One of the cars parked in the garage, it's a 2-car garage, had a bunch of firework damage to the paint on the side. It was like a green Ford Escalator, Ford Expedition or something like that at the time. Ford Explorer probably. And so my dad puts out the fires with the hose. Fire department comes, but there's nothing left to do. The kid whose parents own the house, like, I don't even know if they were home. I don't even remember because my dad got there faster than anyone else showed up. But all the neighbors came out and were like, "What the fuck?" And we blamed it on the shithead kid because none of the rest of us were going to throw fireworks into the box of fireworks. No one's that stupid. He did it. Is this a Christian Kirk-ass team? Tyler Warren sounds kind of fun on this one. I'm going to go Tyler Warren. I haven't taken him on a Best Ball Mania yet. I'm not afraid. Super talented. I'll mix him in. See what comes back around at QB. I've got some late options. I took Bro so early. It's like, don't have to force another QB right here. And then could also just stop at 2. So that's pretty much it. We set off years worth of leftover fireworks in about 20 seconds. And it was crazy. It sounded like it was just, bam. All I remember is seeing the smoke bomb go in the box. And then the next second, we're all a block away. Like, boom, teleported, just like sprinting, running. Because as soon as it went in the box, it started going off. Like the natural instinct was just to run away as fast as you can and not look back. So by the time I looked back, I was like, what the hell is actually going on? If I had to guess, probably like 100 mortars went off in about 30 seconds. It was insane. And that's fireworks. That's fireworks safety 101. Yeah, I think probably that happens a lot. Could auto the rest of the team, wouldn't make a difference. John, are you in this draft? Which spot are you at? John Super Duper. What up, brother? No, I don't think I'll auto it. I do have my rankings in here, though, so I technically could. but I just like to build it out, get the right correlations, all that kind of stuff that I want to do. And then even based on my rankings, I'll still take players like over other players I have ranked highly based on how it fits the team need and what I got cooking up. So for this one, I mean, obviously my ranks have Jordan Love top of the list. Abstract needs a QB. Ooh, he goes Penix. So I got lucky there. Wow. Maybe he thought it'd be easier to backstack. He's got Bijan though, but he's got a lot of Dolphins. Now, Love seems pretty good on this one. I get him past ADP. Works for me. He's easy to backstack. I get Matthew Golden, and then I didn't even look, but no, I thought I had seen Kraft go off pretty recently. Sometimes Kraft will fall there too. I don't have any Cardinals or Ravens yet. Michael Wilson's been going pretty late, and then the Ravens side of it, I don't know. We'll see. I think Goddard's a nice value here. I do feel like I could get I could go for some Gesicki later. So maybe I want to go with a wide receiver here. It's a bit early. I'll push wide receiver again. Goddard could be nice. I think Goddard's just good. He just misses a lot of games. Saquon got the team stack. That's kind of fun. And there's not like a running back I have to have here either. I don't think Renegade's going to take Goddard. He's already got 2 tight ends. Although, didn't he have Hurts? Yeah, he's the Hurts drafter. So, interesting. He goes likely. He wasn't in a good spot to take Goddard there, I guess. Ferguson likely still there. I'll take Goddard. I like Goddard. I think Goddard with Warren's pretty strong. Warren, very talented. And then Goddard, always been good when he's healthy, but he's never played a full season. No, this is going good. I took a pause at wide receiver after Cooper Kupp. Got a bunch of running backs that I like, some tight ends, another QB. Keep stacking them up. Saw over there what Nick Box cooking. He's got the Kelsey for the triple stack, which is fun. And then Ramondre a little bit early, but when you're on the turn, you got to make your picks. He takes Kyle Williams. He might have been looking for just some Patriots bets, but Drake May goes right after that. So Garendo, a pick I like. Tank Bigsby, why not? Steve, after going with 3 straight running backs, goes Travis Hunter, Calvin Ridley, Jacoby Myers, Darnell Mooney, Jaden Higgins. He's just hammering the wideouts in those early middle rounds. Gets a Justin Fields, Mark Andrews, Trevor Lawrence with the Hunter. Ray Davis is a pretty solid pick in the 12th round. And then, of course, Bryce Young. Always Bryce Young. Oh, yeah. And then I blew my eyes out with the fireworks. Nice. Super duper. Yeah, I've definitely seen your username around. What's up, brother? How you doing? Already saw that. Oh no, you autoed Kyle over May. See, I thought you might have been angling for May there, but when I considered your next pick was 144, I was like, there's no way you thought he'd come back because he never comes back that far. Yeah, shake my damn head. Happens. I could just be done with these 2 QBs like very easily, so I think I'm going to build out around these guys as much as I can here on out, and then it looks like probably need to get back to the wide receiver well. Dude, what is up with Dobbs? Dobbs has been going so early in these rooms lately. He must be rising. Something's out. The word's out on Dobbs. It seems like he's rising. 65 for Eckler. That's kind of a steal. I don't mind Cedric Tillman either. $65 for Eckler seems good. Yeah, he goes. I do need a wide receiver, though. And then what are the odds I can get Pierce on the way back? Probably better than I can get Tillman. I'll take Tillman. I don't have as much Tillman. A little bit of value on him. Nothing crazy. I like Alec Pierce better in a vacuum. But on this team, I don't think it really makes or breaks it. So I'll just get a little bit different and grab Cedric Tillman there, past ADP. And then Gesicki could be fine, but I don't have to take him here. My next pick would be in a range where he's probably almost certainly gone at 189. I could just stop with those two tight ends. Don't feel like I have to get the third. And I like the idea of the bring back in Wilson a little bit too. I also like Pierce. I think he's just good. But maybe in this one, it makes more sense to do Wilson. We'll see. Two, 4, 6, 2. Shipley goes. I've seen Michael Wilson fall a lot too, but I think all the picks are kind of the draft capital in this range is so equal. All other things considered, I'm just going to build out the team stacks that I need. Take two receivers there. I took a big pause. So after I took my 5th receiver in round 8 with Cup, took 2 running backs, 2 tight ends, a QB, and then double tap receivers in round 14, 15. So what am I at? 2, 4, 7, 2 build. Probably not done at receiver, but could be. Same thing with tight end. I'm pretty sure I'm going to be done at QB. Stafford had already gone. If Stafford went like super late, I would tack him on. We'll see if maybe something crazy happens and Darnold goes in like the last round. That would make some sense to me to get him, but I don't really need him. I am fluid on QB this season. Yeah, me too. I'm going back and forth between 2 QB builds and 3 QB builds. I've been noticing I'm doing more 3 QB builds, but tonight I took a lot of elite QBs or early QBs. The first, well, I guess this is the 4th Best Ball Mania draft. I get the last one was a 2 QB build around Herbert and Penix. Before that, I had a Jaden Daniels, Dak Prescott team. Before that, it was Josh Allen and I forget. Herbert? No. I have to check. I don't remember that. The first draft as much. Oh, Goff. It was Jared Goff. Yeah, I'm on Goff. Gesicki goes. That's what I expected, though. Running back can grab Hunter here. I think I will. Love it. Ooh, a lot of my favorite picks are still going to be there. Hunter, I get team level correlation with Devontae Adams, and I think he's just a great pick. want pieces of the Rams' backfield. Yeah, I still don't want Keenan Allen on this one. Need to avoid a week 8 wide receiver if I can help it. Always feels like Slayton. Oh, Yoshivas would be nice on this one, actually. Better than nothing. Wicks. Okay, so I've got a lot of good options left for both running backs and receivers on this one. That match up with my QBs. Slayton goes. But I'd probably go Yoshivas if he's there. I don't think Wicks is a bad click either with my 17th pick. Tight end wise, I'm probably good. I'm probably done with those two. I do sometimes think it's worth getting a third tight end when you take Goddard because he's injured so often. Let's just make the bet that Warren is the man. And I think Yoshivas is how I want to end this one. T and Yoshivas. Not going to worry about Wicks right now. Maybe with the last pick if he's there. I don't think I want the 9th receiver, though. Something like a Juwan Johnson could be nice. Or even a JT Sanders. We'll see. I wouldn't mind getting Brooks or Wilson on this team either. But I don't necessarily need another running back at the same time. So got a lot of good options, a lot of good ways out on this squad. Just not going to have a bring back for the Packers-Ravens game. Unless I took Keaton Mitchell, which I don't want to do necessarily. So I'm probably just going to stick to my guns on this Cincinnati stack if I can help it. If I could get either Taj Brooks or... Well, I got Yoshivas, so I'm pretty good there. Got 2 Seattle pieces. Darnold went, though. Yeah, Darnold went 184. Like, if I have Charbonnet and Cooper Kupp or JSN, and then Darnold's around in this late 200-plus range, I'd probably consider taking him as a third QB on some builds, just for the upside. And then I'm considering a third tight end here. No! No way, Nick. That sucks. You and Steve having technical difficulties. Hate to see it. Damn. I don't know either, but I've tried to get Romeo a bunch of times tonight, and he's never there. So, is that and that he took Dart because you had week 10 Cam Ward and week 10 Mahomes, right? So then you get Dart, who has the week 14 with Slayton. I don't hate that. I mean, I think you're recovering well. Is Hopkins gone? I don't know. Hopkins is gone. I just am not really a big believer that. I mean, he's got some touchdown upside, so you know he went 183. I would have had to take him at 172. I just wouldn't. I wouldn't have done that. I don't know. Retirement? I honestly don't know. So I need to stop clicking Keenan Allen because it's like we've been floating options like the Steelers or Taj Brooks makes sense in this one. We've been floating options like could Keenan Allen go to the Steelers? Could he go to a team that needs a wide receiver like the Jets? I don't know though. I guess I haven't thought that one through. And then yeah, I don't draft Jermaine Burton either, so I'm happy to go Yoshivas Taj Brooks to end that one out. But yeah, I mean, if Hopkins was there in like the last round, or maybe even round 17, and Yoshivas wasn't there, I think I would start to consider it for the touchdown upside. But I'm not crazy about taking Hopkins this year. I don't take him on a lot of teams. And then I have no idea where Keenan Allen's going to go. Yeah, look into the mirror, say Candyman 5 times, and then I will be live streaming. So make sure you turn notifications on, get into a draft with us. I do. There's like a Candyman 053 or something. I haven't seen him in a while. He was just in your drafts, Anthony. Steve's team ends up with Roman Wilson, Jerome Ford. It's a little different. Always Zach Ertz, Thielen, Young. I mean, you can't hate the team too much when you got Bryce Young, Adam Thielen, and Zach Ertz. Ray Davis, another fun one. Just different. A 2 QB build around, or 3 QB actually. Bryce, Trevor, and Fields. Yeah, didn't go Cam Ward, didn't go Geno, didn't go Penix, didn't go Stroud. So I get what you're saying. You had set up some stuff, but I think you built this one out pretty nice. Ertz, Taylor, Mark Andrews. He had some technical difficulties. Nick had some technical difficulties. Forced him to go Dart and Slayton. You better hope that Dart's starting by week 10. Doesn't have the bye until week 14. Who knows? Russell Wilson could be the starter. That would suck. You have 3 QBs out on week 10, but anything can happen. Pollard, Ramondre, Carindo, Bigsby, Dobbins. I think you took another running back with your last pick, but that's a pretty interesting running back room. You're hoping Dobbins lands in Denver with that one for sure. For that bring back, that would be nice. Yeah, so let's do a quick review of the old dusty wide receivers. Well, I'll just stay up here, I guess. Okay. So Mike Williams, torn ACL, was doing fine before that. Never looked good last season. Let's chalk it up to the ACL. Maybe he comes back. Maybe not. He is playing with Herbert. That makes it feel a little bit better. Keenan Allen. He played 15 games last season and completely fell off below his baseline scoring. So, does he have some juice left at age 33 on a new team? Maybe. He had some touchdowns at least last year, but his efficiency is just kind of tanking. And he kind of, compared to his previous baseline scoring, he kind of fell off the cliff. So you don't love to see that. But he's been good for a long time. Hopkins was mentioned. Hopkins, 2 teams last year, Titans and the Chiefs. he kind of fell off too in points per game. He had 5 touchdowns, but we all know what happened in the playoffs. He did score a touchdown in the Super Bowl, don't forget, but he's more a touchdown upside play. He fell off, even compared to his previous 3 seasons. 9 points is just not doing it for me. Does it get better with Lamar? Maybe. Does he have like one more go in him? Maybe. Thielen, who everyone's excited to draft, has not really fallen off, but he's had some injuries. But he's kind of right there at his historic level. I mean, it's like he had that 1 year in 2018 that was insane. But for the last couple of years, he's been around 13. He fell off a little bit in 2022, actually. But his numbers been pretty good, points per game. So Thielen still got the juice, even though he's older than everyone else that we just reviewed. Who else can we look at? What was the other? There's one more. Oh, Amari Cooper. Oh, before we get to Amari Cooper, Cooper Kupp. Did Cooper Kupp fall off last season? No. Well, he fell off 2 years ago from his historic highs, but his general kind of, you could say, 22 to 13 or 14 is kind of falling off, but it's still 14 points a game. It's still pretty good. So Cooper Kupp's still getting it done. Yeah, he's on a new team. Getting up there in age. He's getting drafted the highest, though. I was slightly fading him previously. I've kind of moved him up to ADP or just a little bit behind it. Cooper is the last one we can look at. And he's actually younger than the rest. But he goes from the Browns to the Bills midseason and completely falls off. Goes from his historic, 14, 15 points a game down at 8, 9 points a game. So that's not great. He did not play well with Josh Allen. Maybe it's being on a new team in the middle of the season, but didn't look very good for him. Yeah, he had the wrist injury, though. So maybe he comes back from the wrist injury and he can have a couple more good seasons, but it's just not great. Maybe with the wrist injury, he's never the same. He's fallen from his kind of career average. What team is he going to be on? We have no idea too. So just a quick overview of why there's some veteran wide receivers I'm still drafting and why there's some that I'm a little bit more cautious about. What do you guys think? Who you drafting? Who you fading? Yeah, Cooper could end up on these teams, and I think I only like the Titans for him, but the Titans have got a good amount of wide receiver depth, and they signed Tyler Lockett. So, or is this about Keenan? It's probably about Keenan. Could be about Cooper, Amari Cooper, either one of them unsigned. Yep. F- 50% of the time, it works 100% of the time. No doubt. Yeah. I don't know. I don't know what Hopkins has left. He got to play with Mahomes, and it didn't look great. He was injured for Cooper. Yeah. So it was his wrist injury. He had a wrist injury during the season in week 8. Missed a couple games. He's had some injuries over his career. The wrist injury, though, obviously that hampers him a good amount. But is that something that's going to get better with time? Is it going to be better this season after the wrist injury? Or is that just accumulating injuries? I don't know. I don't think I've been clicking Amari Cooper. I know someone that has 40% Amari Cooper. So does Nick Bach. But I'm just not there yet. I want to see where he lands. I want to get some good positive signals on him. Going from 14, 15 points a game to the 8 points a game is not great. But I guess, he really hadn't missed that many games in his career. Not too many. Maybe we chalk it up to the injury. Maybe he's a great value. He's going undrafted a lot. Yeah, we'll see. You got to kind of wait and see on a lot of them. So this team ends up a 2-6-8-2 with Burrow and Love. This is like my first Barkley team in Best Ball Mania out of like 36, 37 I'm at now. And it's also a Joe Burrow team, so that's interesting. Got the Love connection. A little bit of a value on Burrow and Love. Don't mind it. So Barkley and Mixon hold it down most weeks. Then I got Scattaboo, Charbonnet, looking to flex in sometimes, cover some buys, maybe. Hunter and Brooks are kind of my rookie upside late in the season swings. You can call Scattaboo that too. Charbonnet's got some standalone value, some contingent value. I like this running back room. I don't always think I need to go 6 with like a Saquon Barkley, but Brooks just made so much sense with the team stack of the Bengals and then last round pick upside. I've got 8 wide receivers. Higgins, Devontae Adams, Cortland Sutton, and Golden for my top 4. Could be stronger, but feels good enough with the top 3. Golden's got a smash. We've got the stack with it if he does. If he's a great all season long, which I think he could be. Maybe this year's Lad McConkey. Who knows? Cooper Kupp. Maybe not washed. Tillman. Nice, decent value there. And another piece. Another third-year breakout. Maybe incoming. Michael Wilson for a little bring back. And seems fine. He's got a defined role on that offense. Maybe the 3rd or 4th target, but maybe a good pick. Yoshivas, another Bengal, and then the Warren Goddard tight end combo might just be enough to get you there. We know Warren is super talented. Goddard's always been good. He just gets hurt all the time. Golden Tate, yes. Yeah, when was the last season that Golden Tate played? I want to say, Golden Tate's last season would have been 2021. Or no, more recent than that, 2022? 2020. That's what happens. See, this is Exhibit A. Obviously, he wasn't always incredibly good, but 2012 is not a bad year. He ramps up in 2013, goes off in 2014. That's a Russell Wilson year. He's good for a while, about 13 points a game, 14 points a game for most of his career. And then in 2020, when he was 31 and a half years old, he hit 7 points a game and never came back. And that's kind of what all players are different. I don't know anything, but that's kind of what it looks like for Amari Cooper. Oh, wait. Not game log, just his career. Kind of what it looks like for Tyler Lockett, too, although I think he's still draftable with the Titans because he's going to have a role early on there, just maybe not at the end of the year. And he also had a knee injury last season, but oblique injury, knee injury, he had a lot of injuries, strained thigh muscle, tons of injuries. So maybe there's some excuse for him, too. Matthew Golden, Golden Tate is Matthew Golden. That's a nice little ring to it. How similar are they? I mean, Matthew Golden's much faster, a little bit smaller weight-wise, went much higher in the draft, went to a much better college. Notre Dame sucks. I mean, I'm mostly kidding on that one. College production-wise, I think Golden Tate was more productive. Yeah, Golden Tate was much more productive in college. And, I mean, incredible in special teams. So, I don't hate the comp. I don't know enough about kind of their roles in an offense, but to be sure about that, the yards per reception for Golden Tate is not necessarily low. 15, 14. That might be more of a Russell Wilson effect than himself, though, because it's closer to 10, 11 on his own. But I guess in college it was pretty big, right? In college it was close to, like, depends on the year, but 20, 16, 20. So I guess they're similar in some ways for sure. I liked Golden Tate. He was fun for fantasy for a while. I think they already have. I track ADPs every single week. I've got my little spreadsheet here. If you want access to this, it's nothing special, but you can look at teams. Let me do this. I'll be down here. It's good enough. If you want to look at teams and see ADP, what position their players go, what round, draft capital as a percentage of a Jamar Chase. So 100% Jamar Chase right there. If the tier they go in, my rankings, my tiers, whatever, all this good stuff, their last year's stats, what rank they were. You know, the Bengals were ranked first in the NFL in passing completions, first in passing touchdowns. I've also got this. You can look at two different teams. So if you want to look at, okay, let's look at the Bengals that I just stacked up with, where are they? Packers, right? So I stacked up these two teams. You can compare, you can look at all the players. You can say, okay, well, Higgins goes in round 2, Jacobs goes in round 2. They're kind of hard to get together. Jacobs falls to round 3 sometimes, though, so not impossible. Reed and Golden both going in round 7. You're only going to get one of them. So that's what that's showing, and then everything else about it. I also do my own rankings, my own tiering that you can get from here and then upload to Underdog if you'd like to use my ranks. I use them. I update them almost every day, but only when I need to. And then, ADP trend. So I update this pretty frequently, but I take a little break sometimes. This is how ADP has been changing throughout the summer, at least for the last month. So we can see any shifts that have happened with any players. Let's find one that might have changed. Christian McCaffrey used to be a round 2 player, 12, 13 pick. He's now going 10, 11. So there's some slight changes in here. But I've got that data. I think you can get also, there's ADP data. You can get back historical data. I know 4for4 and some other sites have that. But this is what I call my garage tiers. It's a little document I use for research for myself, and I think it's useful. I put it together. If you want access, and there's some guys in the chat who do have access to it, all you have to do is hit me up, DM me on Twitter, follow me at FFB Garage. If you're not following me on Twitter, you can follow me there. I'm mostly tweeting about stream schedule and stuff, having guests on, promoting good content, and sometimes some fantasy research and things like that. But follow me on Twitter if you want at FFB Garage. You can DM me on Twitter, or you can email me if you want access to the spreadsheet, and I'll share it with you. But yeah, ADPs will change a lot. And they've already changed a good amount. Golden Tate could crack back block like a motherfucker. I liked Golden Tate. He was fun. Tate was faster. No. Golden's. There's like 5 people in the entire NFL who are actually good, who are faster than Golden. But Tate's fast. He's fast enough. But Tate was a 4.42, which is pretty fast for a receiver. Pretty good for his size. Golden got that 4.29. Just different. A little bit faster. A little bit smaller. A little bit lighter. Much better college. If you know what I'm saying. I like this team. This is a fun team. Might have something there. Later, Steve. Thanks for stopping by. And go check out the Fanspeak Network. I know you guys already are subbed there as well. Steve puts out a lot of great content. I'm a subscriber to the Fanspeak Network Best Ball subscription. They've got rankings for all the different types of tournaments. They put out articles regularly. A lot of good stuff. Check it out. And then tonight they had Best Ball. They had 2 shows tonight. Steve had a show earlier with Andrew. So go check that one out. And then also right after, Bruni was hosting Best Ball Jeopardy. Tyler versus Tyler. I'm pretty sure Tyler won, and also Tyler lost. So I'm gonna go check that out. That's what I'm about to go do. I'm gonna go get a little late night snack. Watch some Best Ball Jeopardy. Tomorrow night we have another stream coming up on the books. It's gonna be JT Best Ball guesting here on the stream. We'll see. I'm not sure. We'll probably do some eliminators. We'll see what we can get into. But it's going to be fun. So be there for it. Come back around. Make sure you're subbed. Later, Steve. Hartman, brother. Thank you. Appreciate you. Hope you're having a good one. Getting some drafts in. We just did 4 Best Ball Manias in under 3 hours. Feels pretty good. Some of these teams better than others. Getting the exposures up in some places. Adjusting the ranks. Doing it all. Having fun. Appreciate you guys being here. Make sure you like the stream. Make sure you're subbed. All the good stuff. We'll see you tomorrow night with JT. Let's hit the outro. Peace.